Hey everyone, welcome back to the CopQuest YouTube channel. My name is David. I'm the manager of agency sales, and today I've got a really cool holster for you from our friends over at Bianchi. And for those of you who don't know, Bianchi is part of Safariland. They're always innovating and coming up with new and exciting things, such as the Shenandoah. So the Shenandoah is really cool because it's both the inside and outside the waistband holster. So you choose how you want to carry it, and if you want to change, the extra hardware comes in the box. So stay tuned and let's check this out. All right, let's get into the specifics of the Bianchi Shenandoah holster. In your box, you're gonna have your holster, instructions, and then also a bag of hardware. I've taken the liberty of taking the hardware out of the bag and separating it out between what you need for inside the waistband carry and outside the waistband carry. In addition to this, you may also need a Phillips screwdriver if you are swapping from inside the waistband to outside the waistband or vice versa. So let's get into the specifics of the holster, and then we'll talk about the various pieces of equipment that come with it. Holster wise, so out of the box, it's going to be set up as a inside the waistband holster. You're going to have a J hook, and this is actually really cool. So it will accommodate 1.5" and 1.75" in its configuration right out of the box. If you want to adjust and say go down to 1 inch or 1.25" belt, what you can do is this screw right here, you will undo that, and then there's a faceplate here that will come off, and you can put this larger plate on, which then will eat up more space and allow for a smaller belt. Going on, so you're gonna have this wing right here. So this wing is actually meant to help push the butt end of the holster in towards your body and make it easier to conceal. If you don't want this, Bianchi actually includes another piece that you can then replace this with. Moving on, you've got a nice leather exterior, and you have a choice between black or tan. And for this example, I chose black. I personally think that black leather looks better than tan, just my personal preference. Going on, backside, it is a plastic back. So this is actually a hybrid holster. So you've got a plastic with a high sweat guard, and then on the inside, you've got a passive locking mechanism that once you holster the firearm, it locks on to the trigger guard, and your firearm is secure with a click. You'll hear an audible click. If you're interested in changing any of the options, so let's say we want to swap this wing out. This is when you're going to need the Phillips screwdriver. And there are 3 screws on the back, so I'm going to undo those. So I've got the wing separated. I'm going to set that over to the side, and then we're going to take our flat piece that Bianchi also sends with it. Now they did mention that the rounded piece, so let me see if I can get that closer for you. So there is a rounded and a squared off side. So you're going to want to put the rounded side towards the inside of the holster. Basically looking like this. Okay, so I'm going to reinstall the screws and show you how that looks. There we are. So now we have a inside the waistband Shenandoah without the wing. An additional piece that you may need when you're doing inside the waistband carry is this right here. So this is a base plate for a foam sticker, and essentially what this is for is if you're gonna do appendix carry, sometimes you're gonna need something that will help push the butt end of the holster out. So when you're carrying, your stomach or your side or whatever may be pushing the top of the holster out, making it easier to print. What this does, this base plate, is it'll go on the back side here, and that's what these holes are for. They match up with these 2 posts. You're going to line it up, rotate it in, and you will have your rubber piece up here, your foam piece I should say, and this will help push the bottom out and make it a little easier to conceal. To take it out, you will simply rotate and pull that out. If you want to go from an inside the waistband to an outside the waistband, what we're gonna do is remove these two pieces and the J-hook. So let's do that. All right, so now we have both of those sections off. We're going to line up one belt loop. And then let's get our second one on. Now that we have that, we're going to remove the J-clip, or J-hook I should say. And then this other piece they give you is a thumb screw. And the purpose of that is to fill the stud that is left once the J-hook comes off. That way you don't have an exposed stud that could damage clothing and or a firearm. And there we are. Now the Shenandoah is set up for outside the waistband carry. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our informational video on the Bianchi Shenandoah holster. If you're interested in picking one up for yourself, check the links down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we love putting out great content for you. Be safe and carry on.